Cock-a-doodle-doo, emotional support besties. Welcome back to a new episode of My Emotional Support Besties. I'm here with my bestie, Reed.
I'm here with mine, Tori!
Woo! Well, folks, we're back in your ears on another Wednesday or subsequent day. We're recording this, though, from the hoppiest of Easters. How was your week? How was your weekend? How are you?
Well, he is risen.
He is risen indeed.
So, how was my week? I'll tell you how my week was. Are you going to yawn about it?
I'm so sorry.
My week was lovely. It was sunny, and that made me really happy. I had just a joyous week, and I was feeling real high on life, which was really fun and nice. And now today I'm tired and sleepy. But
the rain came back.
The rain came back, and also Ludial, that bitch is back, and feeling a little sad and depresso. But you know what? Life moves on.
That's that me depresso.
That's that me depresso. I'll tell you. Oh.
Ew.
How was your week?
I feel the same. I feel like there were stressful things that happened. But let me tell you, the way that I forget I have seasonal affective disorder. And the thing is, too, like, even in spring, it's like we get short bursts of it. So it's like it doesn't fully dissipate. Yes. So I'll forget about it for a couple of days. The rain comes back. My mood shifts again. Sun comes back out for a few days. Oh, she's back. So I feel like I just had energy all week, which is always a delightful change. Yeah, I don't think it was a chaotic week. I feel like it was a good, we just love a nice paced week. We love a week where we can just enjoy.
Yeah, I was out here talking to strangers this week. So it's a good week because I don't normally talk to strangers, but I talked to a lot of strangers.
She had the stranger riz this week.
I had the stranger riz. Like, I was telling people little jokes. I was, talking to the baristas. I was out here making friends.
Did you make a joke that you want to share?
Well, one of them was just me turning into my father, and
classic.
Kiara, friend of the pod. And I went and got brunch this week, and we made a million jokes to our waiter, who was a fine gentleman that really hooked us up. We went somewhere that we saw on Instagram that they offered flights of coffee.
Oh!
And we sit down, and we're like, looking at the menu. We don't see the flights of coffee. So the guy comes over. He's like, what can I get y'all? And Kiara's like, do you have the flight of coffees? He's like, oh, we only do that on the weekends. And she's like, damn it. And that alarmed him a little.
Fair.
It did alarm him
But also
a little.
that would make me so upset.
Yeah, but we pulled ourselves together, and we're like, you know what? We'll get something else. And then he's like, you know what? There's like no one here. Let me get you the flight of coffee. We're like,
an angel.
We're like, woo, doggy.
Wow. I think he heard the podcast and he was like, I'm going to make him talk about me. Forget Johnny.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be the next MVP that these girlies,
these women's hearts.
these girlies have interacted with. And you know what? He was, because then he brings us over the flight of coffees. They were really good. Really, really good.
Ugh.
And then some customers come in. So you know what I did? Took up my napkin, put it over, taped it over, and then
he's like silently panicking, watching them walk in like, we're caught.
He comes over. I go, hey, don't worry. I hid the flight of coffees, so your secret's safe with us. We joke with him. Kiara says to him, oh yeah, like, we order all of our food. He's like, she's like, anything else you recommend? And he's like, the fried Brussels sprouts are lit. They're so good.
So good.
And she's like, we'll get that. They better not suck. and then he comes by, he gives them to us, and then afterwards, we like lick that bowl clean. He's taking it away. He's like, they didn't suck, did they? And then we're like, hey. But
I love this.
My final transformation into my father in this instance was we're leaving, we were checking out, and he's like, what else do you guys doing the rest of the day? Stone cold face. I just go, wreaking havoc. and then I didn't say anything else.
I love it. He didn't inquire more?
No, he's like, I think the whole experience made him really uncomfortable, but it was like...
But sometimes we have to be pushed outside of our comfort zone, and you did that for him in a safe way.
Yeah, it was palpable awkwardness, which I think is peak humor. Like, when, like...
If someone's there to experience it with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's independent...
but then that makes me chuckle in my head.
That's a good
point.
And
I like to take those chuckles with me around town, you know?
That's a great point.
So if you see me stepping into your restaurant, your place of work, beware.
I think that when you're in a silly mood like that, you should have to wear these glasses so then people know.
Yeah, I'm like...
Oh, shit, the silly goose glasses are out.
Okay, so another thing. I also got a massage this past week.
Oh.
And I was like, you know, in the beginning, she's like kind of doing an intake thing and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, got some like tension in my neck, da 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 da. And she's like, is there anything else I should know? And I was like, I'm a giggler. I'll tell you straight.
You giggle during massages?
Sometimes I can't help it. But it's as
I've never done that.
All of me relaxes and I just am like, because how funny is a massage? Think about it. You're silent and someone's rubbing you. Like, that's hilarious.
What if someone farted?
What if someone farted? But also, like, what if someone just, like, snapped their eyes open and stared at?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I think about that when you're laying on your back and they are over you, like, doing, like, your pecs, like, your shoulders, and they're standing right over you. Yeah, and what if you just went, and their face was right here? And they're like, ah! It would be really funny.
Right?
Also, I've had massages done where the massage therapist's stomach is right by my ear and
you
it's
can
growling.
hear it gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm hearing the sound of your people in there.
Of your people?
Yeah.
Who's the people?
Have you not heard that joke where it's like, hear the sound of my people?
And it's the stomach?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
That's really funny. Yeah, this week, though, just was like chatting with strangers week.
We love that. Out and
That's
out.
That's when you know the seasonal depression. It's down right now, but
yeah.
I'm gonna be silent.
I feel like the
next
city comes alive when the sun is out. People are out and living it. I feel like it's really started on Sunday of last week.
Yeah.
And so right before we recorded last week, I was out in a really big park that we have in town, and there was literally hundreds of people. I mean, people were so giddy.
Really?
And also I just feel like you see some weird
I love
stuff,
that.
you know?
I love
there was people doing
drugs.
I don't know what there definitely was a lot. I mean, the whole park smelled like weed. But there was a whole group of people in one corner that were singing God knows what. It wasn't good, but they were having a great time.
That's
and there was a kid
matters.
walk by and went, hey, Mom, are those people singing? And if you have to question if it's singing, but they looked happy.
That's all that matters.
And then there was another corner, people were doing Tai Chi.
Love it.
And then another corner, people were playing netball. Hate that game, by the way.
I don't know it.
It's kind of like, it looks like a little mini trampoline, but instead of like the trampoline part that you bounce on, it's a net. But it's taut enough that there's a ball that you literally just bouncing it off of, and you have to keep it from like hitting the ground. So it's to stay kind of like bouncing off of it. It's dumb. I don't like
this
it.
Sounds like some made up shit.
Yeah, and that was a group next to us. And then they started to do like a cheer pyramid, but they were in their 30s, which like, I'm not saying you can't be flexible, but I also was like, we need to be really careful here of our joints, our bones.
Except for that kind of sounds fun. Let's do it.
They had like 3 or 4 layers of people.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
I just want like a
snap your neck.
I just want like 3 people.
Yeah, and then it was cool, and I did find myself cheering for them because there was a girl that really could do a full handstand.
But there was no pads.
Exactly.
She could fall.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. I also saw a little boy in an old-timey outfit, but the rest of his family was in modern clothing, and so I was in my head, I had made up, like, I was like, this child is an actor. Like, he has a costume box, and he chose to wear that today.
Oh, I was like, time traveler.
Yeah, or that, or a little boy time traveled from 100 years ago.
You know, that happened to
and
me
then
once.
ended. We weren't supposed to talk about that on the podcast. We can't tell people about that.
No, for real. One time I walked out of my childhood bedroom and there was a time traveled boy.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he looked like he was like he was working on the railroad.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Was this kind of the same as what we talked about the other day?
The girl.
We both know this little girl
But this
that
one
really wants to be with the boys, and she's in like a railroad outfit. You think it was her?
I'm laughing really hard because people who are listening to this right now are probably like, what are they saying?
Or they're gonna love it.
The thing is,
Yes,
here,
and.
let me clear this up.
Okay.
When I was a child,
Uh-huh.
I woke up from a scary dream, went bolting into my parents' bedroom, and I swear I saw a young boy at the top of our stairs who was wearing like pinstripe overalls, like train overalls, and like a newsies cap.
Oh.
And he was looking at me with one leg up.
Oh, they're gonna say with one leg. I was like, how specific?
Yeah,
Like, and this was before prosthesis, so he just had
he
one
was
leg.
just looking at me, and I was like, "Oh, nope!" I kept running to my parents. Then he was
Oh,
gone.
That's
Thing was,
scary.
I think either
You were having a dream of it.
A ghost, or
Yeah.
B, still dreaming.
I like to think that in the house that you lived in that was not built over 100 years ago, somehow a ghost landed himself there, and it was a child
A child working
that
on
you saw
the train
one
tracks.
time. He never revealed himself again.
But then you just saw him.
But then I
last
saw him.
weekend.
But this kid had one of those like really big straw farmer hats and suspenders and like navy slacks and a white button-up shirt. And I was like, this looks like a kid in like 1890 going to church.
Hey,
Is the energy he was giving.
how old we talking?
4.
Shut.
I loved his energy so much.
Oh my gosh.
And he was just like digging around in the dirt with like a stick. And I was like, he literally
looking
thinks
for-
he's in 1890 because he's like screens. I don't know what those are.
He was looking for the railroad tracks.
Yeah. And he probably was looking at the girl over in the corner wearing a tank top with long armpit hair, smoking a vape pen. Probably like, what year did she come from?
Yeah.
Never seen anything like that in my
Never
little
seen
life.
her.
Wow.
Oh my.
So, I say get outside. It's also like the way that I try to not be a judgmental person anyways, because I'm like, don't yuck someone's yum.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that you are just fully embracing of other people's choices when the sun's out, like you're like, that person is so excited about what they're doing.
You know what that gives me?
What?
It gives me like that feeling. God, oh my God, if I could go back to this, if I could bottle this and go back to it, it's giving me Pokemon Go.
1,000%. And the way that people would be complaining about that, I'm like, it's getting people out. Who
No.
cares?
I remember the year was probably
2016.
2014.
Okay.
2015? I don't know. You guys can fact check me.
It was the
on
end
that.
of our college career.
I'm out on 23rd getting me some salt and straw, waiting in line. I'm looking around. Everybody's heads.
I think I was with you
Oh,
because either that
probably.
this happened to me.
Maybe.
I think I was there.
Everybody's heads
Yep.
are in their phones, but it's not a negative sight. It's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
Because there's just hordes of groups of people finding Pokemons and catching them.
And then
Pokemons
everyone
or Pokemon. Is it or are they plural?
the Pokemon.
The Pokemon. They were out looking for Pokemon.
Yes. Aren't we all? And I loved it too because people would talk to each other.
Yeah, and it was like this
They'd be like,
feeling.
"Oh man, did you see it over there?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, man, that Jigglypuff over there."
Hey, that Charizard.
They're like, "I can show you right where it is," and then making friends.
They're like, I got this woobly doof over here.
They're like, "I got a Heffalump over here. Let's run."
You know what? It's like freshman year in college when
1,000%.
everyone's on the same playing field and you,
Yep.
hey, we're all in a community together.
And their cell phone with the Pokemon Go app out is like the freshman.
Oh,
Lanyard.
yeah. A lanyard. Yeah. You're like, you're one of me.
Yep, I
One
see
of us,
you.
one of
yeah,
me.
because ain't nobody wearing that lanyard after freshman year.
No.
Half the time you're forgetting whatever you needed to get back into the dorm.
Wow. All right, Tori, what do we talk about now?
Well, I have a question, and this is the question I have, that it could be just me not knowing, or it could be a great observation on society. So when you're parking in a parking spot that does say, 2 hour, 5 minute, 30 minute, but you're not paying for it. So there's no timestamp. Are we all just panicking about not staying in that spot longer out of pure fear of an unknown consequence? Or is somebody monitoring that at all times?
Yeah, there's parking police.
I never see them. And I'll be frank, I've stayed in some spots hours past I should. Nothing happened. So I feel like it's one of those things where they put those there knowing enough people are going to think that we're really paying attention that they'll just do it.
Everybody, did you hear that? Tori is breaking laws.
I don't always do it. Depending on the place that I'm in, I will panic.
No, I do that. Like sometimes I go to my eyebrow girl and there's a parking spot that says like 30 minutes and I have been there in that parking spot for 2 hours.
That's the main spot.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It is the parking police that will get you. And what they do is they put chalk on your tire. So they can come back and they can see, is that chalk still there? Yeah, so that's something, but I think those are being monitored because then there's also... But,
like, are they just, like, going down every single street? Chalk, 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 chalk. How often do you think they're looping?
Well, I actually don't have the answer to that. Because,
see?
I don't know. I'll be honest. And I got to say something. I don't know what's happening with...
society?
Yeah, and our tax dollars. I don't know. I haven't seen the books yet.
I understand.
But I think, like, in the past few years, I haven't been getting parking tickets that often. And that's kind of surprising.
I did get one.
Oh.
My first one ever.
Where?
But that was in a paid lot.
Where? Oh, a lot, though. That's private.
Yeah, so I did get a ticket. It surprisingly was only $40, so that was good. But
oh, I used to get them all the time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What if you did get them and you just weren't getting them and there's like a warrant out for your arrest?
Oh. Well, I'll hide. I don't know.
Yep. Hide and seek. See if you can find me. Don't do that. Don't aid and abet. Is that what it is?
Aid and abet?
Aid and abet the law.
Aid and abet. Aid and abet.
If it's not, then it's a fun song. Anyways, I just thought it was a really funny thought about society because I feel like there's a lot of things like that where it's not like most people don't actually know what they're fearful of, what the consequence of is in society, but we're all just deciding we're following the rule.
Yeah, no, I think it's the people who will also find you if you park in the thing where it's like loading zone only.
But like how many of those people are employed? I want to know what in their head like is the like that's it limit, Because in my head I'm like, yeah, I get it if like someone's parking overnight there and you're like, I saw that car yesterday, but like I don't know, maybe the chalk thing, but I need to know more about that, so I'm gonna do some more research and I'll come back. But
you could keep your car out and see how long it takes until you get a ticket.
I don't want to do it. Not until this podcast starts making money to pay me back for my research.
I got it yawn.
Oh, dig it.
Sorry about that. It's contagious.
Okay.
A dream I have is to one day
of time gone by,
I'd like to perform a citizen's arrest.
Yes.
I've always wanted to. It's on my bucket list, and I'm very interested. So, Tori, how about you go out there and you park for a little too long?
I was going to say maybe you just become the parking police.
You find out what that consequence will be, and it's me, the law.
Me. I'm the law. I mean, you could probably hire little Zeke because he's practicing to be Rocky.
Oh.
And he could be your muscle.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
He could be like, put him up.
I'll come over. I'll go buy a Segway, and I'll roll up on you. I'll be like...
I saw one yesterday.
Where?
A Segway.
Where?
In the bike lane over here.
In a bike lane?
He was wearing a full reflective outfit. It was the middle of the day.
Hey, safety never stops.
Safety never stops. But the way that I was like, look at him proudly using the bike lane on that thing. He was moving so slow. It was so funny. It was kind of one of those, like, I wanted to slow down, but I couldn't even go slow enough in my car. Like, just to see, like, it'd be funny if he just looked over and I was staring at him. I couldn't possibly go that slow safely.
He looks over, sees you, and then he crashes.
Exactly my thought. Exactly my thought. But people are out there. And I think that I had also the thought of, like, is that his main mode of transportation? Like, it'd be really funny if he sold his vehicle and a bike and said, I'll get a Segway. And he was moving that slow. He's like, I'll be at work in 2 hours.
You know
what? Mile away.
YOLO. You only live once, so you gotta play it safe.
Amen. He did do it would turn into a yellow light, but he was not very far from the crosswalk, but I think he knew how slow he was going, so he just stopped. Like, moving so slow he couldn't even make it through the intersection when he was approaching on a yellow light. So if you're trying to get somewhere fast, I would not recommend a Segway. It's not a good idea.
What gave you emotional support this week, Tori?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. This week, it was simply a perfect combination of the sun and being both in follicular and ovulation phase.
Yeah, that was good for you.
It was really nice because I said to myself every day when some people were annoying me, and when I'm in luteal, I'll get in my head. I'll go, they're not annoying, I'm annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm also so quick to be irritable. Mm-hmm. The way that so many things that if these things happened in this coming week, I'll cut a bitch. This last week, I was like, ain't nobody gonna fuck with me.
Yeah, no,
you aren't gonna get on me. Get away from me. I don't want to see you here. You're not gonna bother me. I want a chest fight. Nope, chest bump. Oh, that's what I meant. You know, I just felt, woo, yeah.
You were feeling yourself.
I was feeling myself. I felt like I was looking in the mirror going, who's she? She's pretty, you know? It was like I said, well-timed with the sun. So it was a combo between the energy of follicular and being high levels of hormone. And then the only problem is Friday morning. Okay, Thursday.
Oh, wait. Please let me tell the people
what happened from your perspective.
From my perspective.
Okay, please do, because it's probably really funny.
Just because, like, I get this text from Tori. So this is Thursday to Friday, yeah?
Yep.
I get this text from Tori Thursday night. I was like, woo! Let me tell you, I wish I could bottle how I feel when I'm in ovulation. Wow. She's like, I'm on top of the world. Like, exclamation point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm at my parents' house for dinner. I'm throwing out jokes. We're all giggling. Woo!
She's like, I'm so funny. And then the next day, it's just, fuck this. What did you say to me in the morning? It was like,
I had a migraine, and I literally said, well, so much for fucking feeling great.
Yeah.
And here's luteal.
She just like,
I had a migraine, my back hurt, I had a cyst pain.
She went,
pew. It was a real a real quick steep decline.
Hey, what was that stuff called quip before? Oh, it's a toothbrush. Never mind.
Oh, it is. I almost fell for that trap.
It's a trap?
It's just marketing.
Oh.
For a toothbrush.
Wow.
So,
Tori, you went on a roller coaster.
I went on a roller coaster, but I'm glad that happened to me on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a good day for that to happen. I'm glad I survived and made it through the harder parts of the week with the energy. It also made me think of, I was talking to a coworker about the menstruation cycle. Is John cooking? Smells good.
Sag moon.
I'm so sorry. I was thinking about what I was going to say next. But a coworker and I were talking about menstruation on that Thursday. I was feeling great because I was joking about how I was just kicking asses and taking names all day. And she was like, we love this energy on you. And then we were talking about for how long we've been bleeding in our lives. And I said, oh, girl, it's been over 20 years, was just disturbing. And then she was like, oh, my God. She was like, yeah, I started my period around 10, too. And then it made me remember. And she had the same experience. I didn't tell anyone I had started my period besides my mom. And then I told my older cousin Chelsea because she was like the only person I knew near my age that had already started her period. I didn't tell Reed about it. I didn't tell any of our friends about it. It didn't come out for years because no one started their period for years after me. And then Reed held a grudge, and she was so mad at me for a really long time about it. She was like, I just can't believe you didn't share that with me. I can't believe you didn't share that with me, which feels like a reflection on herself and not me.
Let me just clear some things up.
Yep.
I wasn't mad at you. I was hurt.
I was disappointed.
I was disappointed and hurt and sad because I was like, what? You don't trust me with that information? Which I guess, says more about me, I guess. But
I think in my sweet little brain, I thought, I barely understand this. There's no way anyone can conceptualize the horror that is occurring with my body.
It's okay, because you know what? If you would have told me, you would have had to explain from top to bottom everything, because I didn't even know what a period was when you started yours.
That was a joke that I made to her too. I was like, I feel like no one around me understood how a period worked. Barely anyone even understood the concept of sex. No one knew what was happening with their genitals. I didn't want to talk about it.
No.
Now I'll talk to anyone about it. I'll talk about it on this podcast in a public forum. But the way I said, my lips are sealed.
Both.
Also, when I started my well, I wish I would have wished for that then. You know what I mean? I did start my period when we were checking out a boat to buy. My dad wanted a used ski boat to go on the lake with. We went out to the Willamette River. I went to the bathroom. Blood, panic, murder. I freaked out. I didn't say anything. Did the old wrap the underwear in toilet paper thing. Got home. Did not know how to approach the conversation with my mom. I was like, do I just come out and say that? I was too scared. So I wrote a letter to her talking about it on American Girl stationery, which tells you right there, I was too young to be starting my period. I was still using American Girl stationery. A girl who is in love with American Girl should not be bleeding from her vagina. Her uterine lining needs to stay intact.
Yeah.
I think I just said something like, dear mom, I have started my period. Love, Tori. And I left it on her pillow. We were redoing my bedroom. So I was sleeping in my sister's room. My mom came in my sister's room and she was like, oh my God. And then she took me in her room and taught me how to put a pad in my underwear. And I was so embarrassed. I think it was the last time I probably felt like deep embarrassment, because maybe that was a good character building moment. And then I was like, we don't need to feel embarrassed. Some things are just part of life.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really silly. And then we were joking about her throwing me a period party.
Did she?
Nope.
Oh.
She asked me if she wanted me to bake a cake. I mean, her to bake me a cake, not me bake myself a cake. And I said, no, I'm feeling good without that. Thank you so much. And then she gave me the Care and Keeping of You book.
Oh, that book.
Let me tell you something you want to see something graphic? You turn to that page where they show you how to insert a tampon and your world will be changed.
That book raised a generation of women.
Also, never once have I ever inserted a tampon in that way.
I don't know what way they explain it.
It's a labia spread.
Okay. Well,
with the fingers in a way that I've never even considered doing. And it's graphic. You'll learn a lot about your parts from that book.
Okay. My sister made me chicken noodle soup when I started my period.
Oh.
Yeah. I think she cried too.
Of course she did.
I did. I was so surprised.
Frightened.
I was scared.
Yeah. I get it.
Because you don't know what's coming.
You don't.
And I'm like,
even if you understand what it is.
Whoa.
And then it's, I think, also the realization that you're going to have to deal with it for so many years to come. And it's a month. It's a long, excruciating
Isn't that
journey.
The truth. Half our whole freaking period.
Half our periods were documented on this podcast.
Half of this podcast is about our periods.
That's right. That's because we're educating the people.
Yeah, you're now educated.
And the way that our periods rule our hormones are ruling so many things in our lives.
You know why?
Why?
Because we're the moon.
I was just gonna say because of the universe, the galaxy,
the moon,
the planets,
we're the
stars. Moon. But yeah, so that was a rant in itself. But before Friday, that's really what gave me a really good boost and emotional support this week.
I love that.
And so that was a really nice gift for me this week. I do feel like because of that too, because I feel like it was an abnormally good follicular and ovulation, I feel like it made me very sentimental into my luteal too. So there was a lot of good sentimentality of the weekend.
Sentimentality.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Is that a word? Don't know. Sounds like it might be.
Sure. I mean,
I'm going to say it is.
Let's get a dictionary and write it. I don't know.
Okay.
Is that a saying? It is now.
It sure is. Put that in it, Merriam-Webster.
Boing.
You think that's the sound that Merriam-Webster makes every time they add a word to the dictionary?
Doink. Yeah.
If they don't have a soundboard with fun, they're missing out. Just saying.
You know what I'd love to do? What's that thing called? The artists that do like the footsteps.
Loop pedal.
No, the artists for the movies.
The Foley artists.
I want to be a Foley artist.
I think that'd be really fun.
I actually think I'd be really
like
good
where
at
they
it.
put the high heels on their hands and stuff like.
I think I'd be so good at it.
I think so too. It'd be fun too to like. You have to really make sure it's timed.
Should we try Foley artisting an entire movie sometime?
Oh my god. Can you imagine? We're just for weeks.
Yeah.
Like we look disgusting. We haven't showered. It's like we have to get it right. And they're like, for what? This was already a finished, completed, produced, and released film.
But we can do it better.
We're like, we're studying. This is our final. This is our thesis.
Yeah, I'll be the professor too.
My aunt. Was it my aunt? I think it was my aunt that asked me today when we were talking about your acting classes. I said Reed's in her first improv class today, and my aunt said, "Okay, tell me more about these classes she's taking." And she was like, "Are she getting grades?" And I was like, "I don't think so." It was her, and then she said feedback, and I said, "Yeah, that's the whole process." She goes, "Oh, good. I'm glad she's getting that out of it." She's like, "A grade did feel a little ridiculous, but you don't know.
I wish I got a grade.
That'd be really funny. They should at least be pass fail." Fail.
They tell me every single day. I go up, I do my scene, and they go, fail. You suck.
Doubt it.
And then they throw tomatoes at me.
Boo, boo, tomato, tomato.
Boo, boo, tomato. I don't even know that, and you do it all the time.
It's because it's so funny. I'm going to send it to you.
I'm getting comfortable.
Uh-oh. That means you're going to sleep. Okay, what was good and emotional supporting to you this week?
The thing that brought me emotional support this week was driving on the back roads around where I grew up, because those roads are the roads that raised me.
And God bless the broken road.
They led me straight.
Why were you out there again?
To you.
Just for fun.
Well, no, this is what gave me emotional support. I got to go in the middle of the day and play Topgolf with my father, with my daddy-o. Me and my sister went and hit a few balls at Topgolf with my dad, and it was very fun, a great time. I had French fries and a pretzel with cheese.
Did you get the donuts?
No, I did not get the donuts.
But so good.
Then, when I was heading home, it was about the same time to take the back roads as it was to take the highway because of traffic. And so I took the back roads, baby. And it was a great time. I was also emotionally supported by my brand new hyperfixation and obsession, Noah Kahan. I listened to his album on repeat, and I'm really loving it. My favorite songs are...
That's good in a back road.
Yeah, dude, it was freaking amazing. It was so good. I was feeling so nostalgic and so happy and just...
Good.
It was sunny and warm and beautiful, and I'm just like, it's the season of the steaks, and I saw your mom, she forgot that I exist. And it was great. I liked it a lot.
Good. I'm glad. I feel like you brought I feel like I always have a couple Noah Kahan songs in my playlist, but you really brought back the Noah fever to my life. Thank you for that.
I desperately want to see Noah Kahan in a large field. Well, like,
I just want him to not even have a stage and just be frolicking in his French braids.
I just want to
just observe.
Listen to his music at like an outdoor amphitheater real bad, because I feel like it'd be
and he's one of those rare artists that I think sounds exactly like their recordings
so
when
rare.
they're live.
The rarest.
because he really is a true artiste.
You ain't wrong about that.
And he ain't trying. I mean, he's entertaining, but I don't think that's his whole sole purpose. You know, the music is his sole purpose.
He's an entertainer.
I mean, he's a musician, which in itself I think is just being, you know, he's throwing shows. He knows he's got to entertain, but I think he just, his
You know
heart,
what I like
his
about
heart
him?
is so in it.
What I like about him is he's not afraid to admit that he was raised in the cold and like
He was raised without the light.
with a little sun
or a little light, yeah.
little light, and
he has a northern attitude.
he's got a northern attitude, and that's what I feel like is so brave about him.
Amen.
Why did you need emotional support this week?
Can I just say one more thing that did give me emotional support that was really sweet, and I can share the video too.
I guess.
Have you seen the video of the man that's trying butterscotch peanut butter for the first time?
Yes.
And
he
crying, and he
cries.
can't get himself to stop, and the kid's like, "This is the first time I've seen you cry," and it's over that. I watch that video at least once a week because it makes me really happy.
I love that.
Well, I hate to report it, but something that I need emotional support for this week
What?
was yet again speed dating.
Oh, yeah.
We went to the 2 out of 2 week. So it was a 2-week series. And I told myself, even though I didn't love it the first time, I'm going to go back because we need to be open to possibilities.
Yeah, good girl.
Let me tell you something. Because a bunch of people bailed, like I was considering doing all day and then talked myself out of doing it, they had to combine groups and you're supposed to date 6 new people. I had to do speed dates with 3 of my 6 dates were with people I had already done them with the week before that I didn't enjoy.
That didn't ask you questions.
That did not ask me questions. One of them was the one that literally talked about himself nonstop. So that's how I had to do that. There was one guy that was maybe cute. Messaged him on WhatsApp. Haven't heard back. We're letting that be up to fate at this point. But the thing is, can men take a class? I think those men are clearly interested in taking dating seriously, which I'll give them props for
Can
that.
you still
Like,
see
good
me
work.
on the video?
I can still see you. There should have been like an orientation.
How to talk to women 101.
I feel like we put so much thought into how we're approaching other people. Anyways, I've decided not to be mean about, because most of them were very kind. They're just very awkward. And I think if they had the right woman to engage with, they were very kind. They weren't the kind of people for me, which is fine. It would have been sweet to watch love blossom between another awkward woman.
Yeah.
With them. You know, that would have been cute. I would have loved to have seen that happen. So I will say, like, I needed emotional support in the fact that, like, I feel like half of it was kind of wasted time because I had already decided I didn't like those people. And I had to talk to them again. So it kind of like I was just going to go.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But love that there's opportunities for people. Multiple very sweet people I met that I would never consider dating in my life, but were very honest that a lot of expats, which I get it.
Really? That's
You're
cool.
trying to meet new people because you don't live here. You're not from here.
That's cool.
So they were very honest about that. So I, give them props for that. But yeah, it felt a little
They were
bit.
very honest about being expats?
No,
Oh.
very honest about. They were like, yeah, I'm just trying to like get out of my comfort zone and meet people because I just moved
see.
here. I don't really want to be someone's tour guide.
No.
So props to those people. Not interested in you. Have a good life.
I hear that. You know what might be fun?
Hmm.
Maybe you should take a class and
I've thought about this.
like meet people. You're improv.
Dude,
What?
my astrologer, when I did my Vedic astrology
What?
reading, said that I probably would meet someone leaning into learning, and it had to do something with me being an orator.
Okay, so that
And
means
she said that could be a writing class, that could be a voice lesson, it could be
improv. I'm trying to convince
Dude.
Tori to take an improv class. And maybe she'll meet love there.
that'd be really fun.
Because there are so many different people.
I know.
Like one of the guys in my class, I was like, "Oh, what made you like start doing improv?"
Mhm.
And he's like, well, I have a really analytical mind
Mhm.
and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and
Aw.
like try playing
Love that.
and like getting out of my analytical mind and overthinking things. And I'm like, wow, props to you. Like,
Mhm.
that's so cool that you're getting out there, trying something new,
Yes.
challenging yourself.
And that's attractive.
Yeah.
It's attractive when somebody wants to
Push themselves.
because that also then signals to you that as a partner, they're always going to be okay heading into discomfort.
Yeah.
And that I like. And they're not going to be stale.
Okay, well, the next season starts
Okay.
in June/July.
Could also be really good for my fear of vulnerability to have to
Yeah, girl.
do that stuff.
Get it. Yeah.
Because I realized I don't get embarrassed easily, but I can clam up or panic when it's not a controlled being weird environment. You know what I mean? Like I can do
Yeah.
some real weird shit if it's premeditated.
It's on your terms.
Yep.
Well, guess what?
Hmm.
You can't control anything in improv.
Sure can't.
And it's crazy.
But there is beauty in the fact that everyone's experiencing that situation together.
Exactly.
And you have to, for it to be done correctly, you have to play with the other people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
It's so fun.
There's not rejection in that,
No.
that's beautiful.
It's really beautiful. The only rejection is people not laughing at you.
Yeah, and like they can suck my big toe.
Hee.
But yeah, so yet again, second week men are why I need emotional support.
Oof.
I'll say it was a little better of an experience, but yeah, so if you're
over
single
6 foot, single, willing to try new things. Actually, you know what? You don't even have to be over 6 foot because
no, we love a short king.
Tori likes a short king as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a nice man who's willing to try new things, challenge himself, learn, be vulnerable, can
Take
joke,
care of himself.
can take a joke.
Yep.
Showers.
Yep. That's what I meant by that. You don't have to be like have a 6-pack.
No, but you have to
like put
floss,
energy into yourself. Yeah.
and you have to. Something about Tori. This is very important for any of her suitors. If you're going to wear sweatpants, you have to wear compression shorts under. She does not like it when men free ball in sweatpants. She says that's disgusting. I don't want to see that flopping
If you're
around.
in public. If we're at home, do whatever the hell you want.
But not in public.
Exactly. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I just don't. And the thing is, I feel like I've earned the right to be annoyed by that because I feel like men have been judging women for years that have decided they don't want to be trapped into a bra.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they like the look of those. I don't like the look of what's happening down there, and I don't want to see any part of it in public.
I don't want to see
Trap it
that.
away.
Don't show me that.
If I want to see it, I'll tell you.
She will.
And I probably won't tell you, so just put it away. Yeah, that was I really had a season of being very angry about that. And you walk into a high school gym, don't do this as an adult because it's creepy. But if you are a high school student and you're participating in a gym class,
this is
you're
where
going to see scary things.
it first started for her. We were in high school gym and Tori pulled me and the girls aside and said, you know what the most disgusting thing is? When you can see a man's thing moving around in his sweatpants.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
And she was there was a boy she had a crush on
Mm-hmm. Yep.
in theater class.
Yep.
And he did not wear compression
Nope.
shorts with
And it was his
gray
one
sweatpants.
big.
And she's like, I've officially got the ick. I don't have a crush on him anymore.
That's what it is. It's the ick.
You got the ick.
Because the thing is, it's usually not because it's big.
Ugh!
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I literally can't.
I don't even care. I don't want to know.
Exactly.
I don't
want there
wanna
to
know
be mystery.
either way.
I want there
I
to
don't
be
wanna
mystery.
see that. I want you to put that away. You nasty.
Put that thing back where it came from. So help me. So help me. That's how I feel. And also, I've moved on from this one a bit. But
Good
I used to
jeans.
be really weird about jeans.
Sorry, I stole that one. I just
No, it's good. I used to be very weird about it because I was like, I think some of that was derived from the fact that I feel like men have it easier to look put together.
Oh, yeah.
There's less pressure on their fashion.
I said this to John the other day when we were going to Vegas. He pulls out, he's got these 2 shirts, collared shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Same shirt.
Yep.
2 different colors.
Yep.
And is like, oh, okay, so I think I'll wear this to the wedding we're going to, and I'll wear this the night out before. Essentially the same exact outfit 2 days in a row.
And
like,
no one noticed.
He's a straight up cartoon character.
Yep.
You know, when they open their closet, it's all the same thing.
Yep.
Essentially. And I'm like, woo, you know, haven't been to Vegas since, you know, being a 30-year-old woman and like an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go out. I don't like want to go wear a bodycon dress.
Oh my God, a bodycon.
And like all this stuff. And I'm struggling to figure out what to wear.
What if you would have shown up to the wedding in a bodycon dress with a statement necklace?
Oh.
And a poof in your hair?
I mean, they could only
That
hope.
really, honestly, that's kind of Vegas wrapped up in a...
Yeah. But I'm like fumbling through my closet and I'm like, God, men are so lucky. That's so easy, John.
Yes.
Like, I wish I was a guy so I could get dressed like that easy. He's like, what are you talking about? You're looking at tops and pants. I'm wearing a top and a pant. And I was like, you don't understand the options of tops.
Yes.
I can't just wear a tank top and jeans.
Yes.
That's not going to look put together or dressed up. I can't just throw on the same outfit 2 days. I can't wear a tank top and jeans to a wedding.
No.
I can't wear slacks and a tank top to a wedding.
You had to put the thought in.
It's hard work.
I think what it is too is like the ideal blend or like line between underdressed and overdressed is way different for women and men. Like basically underdressed for a man would be showing up in basketball shorts and a t-shirt to a wedding. All they have to do is they can even put dark, nice jeans on.
Literally.
And a collared shirt. And that now is the perfect amount of dressed. But if they put a suit jacket on in certain places, maybe they're overdressed, but like it's fine. The balance that we have to walk with that.
Seriously.
All over the place.
They got buttons and a collar. Ooh, look at this nice guy.
Oh, damn. He rolled up the sleeves. I can see his forearm. Ooh!
Okay, but here's the thing. The other thing that we have to deal with is the line between going too sexy. Because
thank you.
Like,
becoming a sexual object.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I have hips. I am a woman with, you know, birthing hips.
Amen.
And I can't help it that I put on something a little bit tighter and it all of a sudden has a different perception.
Yes.
I don't want that perception on me. I don't want it on me. Get it away from me.
Yes. Take those wandering eyes off my body.
But it's like, okay, so I have to dress up for this thing. And, well, okay, this seems like a nice option. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's not dressed up. That's sexual. That's too going out. And it's like, oh my God.
And also like sometimes I just like when I'm in follicular, I want to feel sexy for me. That's taken advantage of by other people's brains.
Oh my God.
And most of the time I'm not doing it to be witnessed. It's for me to witness myself.
I'm just trying to get glances of myself in mirrors and
I'll
shiny
admit something
reflections.
I do. I don't have that many nights by myself. That sounds weird. Nights alone, I'm usually like doing things, busy, whatever, working late, just going to bed. But sometimes if I'm just like, ooh, let's have some fun, I will do a full beat, a full makeup set.
Have fun.
If I'm just like feeling myself, but I'm home, but I'm like, I really don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just want to feel pretty.
Yeah.
Full beat. I'll try on fun outfits for myself. I don't even take pictures or anything because I don't want it to be a thing that's like shared.
Yeah.
I just have fun with it and then I just take a shower.
You know what that is?
What?
It's playing dress up.
1,000%.
I loved playing dress up.
Yes. And it just feels low pressure and I'm like, oh, I can try fun, bold things too.
I like that.
And then if it works, the next time I do want to actually do that in public, I know it works.
You practice.
Just saying. So if you're looking for something to feel yourself,
play dress up.
Play dress up. Why the hell not? We're adults with adult money. We have makeup kits. Use them. And not for other people to look at. For you to look at. And then I did see something the other day and I felt really seen, was that I'm one of those people that I would rather take a full ass shower to get the makeup off my face than ever wash my face in the sink.
I hate washing my face in the sink.
The water will drip down my sleeves. The water will be in my hairline. I will scream.
This is why we need my robe invention.
1,000%.
Well, tell me this. Here's a rant. Why do all robes have wide sleeves? You can't push up the sleeves and have them stay in place.
Yes.
We need robes. No. We deserve robes that have cuffs that you can push up like a sweatshirt. Okay? Okay.
But here's the thing. And you could make multiple versions of this. I would love one. I don't want a cuff.
Okay.
I just want it to end in a elastic thing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's what.
Because
so you don't
I
want
get a
like
little
this.
stressed. Yeah, sometimes on sweatshirts, especially if that's tight. I get real, because then there's two.
Yeah.
The neurodivergency. There's two tight points.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel that. I just want one.
One tight point.
And then.
Yeah.
I do have a muumuu that is short sleeved, zip up, loose, has pockets. That's, shout out to Brittany Broski, makes a mean muumuu. That's my ideal robe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I run cold. I need sleeves.
Yeah. But I think you make like a muumuu version. But like if that muumuu had long sleeves, they'd be loose.
Yeah.
So we need a version of that with long sleeves that doesn't have that problem.
I love that.
And I think that's I think it's really great. What made you need emotional support this week, reader?
I think a lot of us needed emotional support this week, actually. From that damn spaceship full of annoying... No, hold up. Let me say it again. Let me say this again. I gotta go back.
Oh, I have a really funny video that we can post too on this topic.
I'm like a dog. Okay.
Keep your leg.
Ask me again.
Okay.
Ask me again.
Hey, Reed, what did you need emotional support from this week?
Well, I think y'all could guess. Because y'all have probably seen memes and interviews and PR shit about it all week. But it would have to be the... blue sky, whatever it's called, blue astronauts, whatever.
Your blue ass.
The Katy Perry rocket ship that really just, it was something that really just,
It really got my goat.
It got her goat and it it grinded my gears because I don't need to see that.
No one did. No one asked for it.
No one asked for that. Nobody wants to see it. And everything I know about it is against my will. I am not curious nor interested.
No.
Yet my news feed was Katy Perry. Katy Perry goes to space. Katy Perry sings in space. Katy Perry kisses the ground after going to space for 0.5 seconds. Oh, Katy Perry, she's interested in STEM.
Katy Perry also thinks that after 11 minutes, barely in space, also I'd like to point out they didn't go up very high, apparently learned what unity means.
It took her $28 million and 11 minutes
to learn that that's how we...
in the air.
Oh, and it's really realistic. If everyone could just see Earth from space, then they would know what unity looks like. Ma'am, you spent millions of dollars just to get you buttholes up into the air.
Ma'am, come back down to Earth.
Also, my favorite thing that came out of this, I don't know if anyone else has seen it, is a video of Jeff Bezos eating shit trying to run onto the ship. Pretty funny. Pretty fucking funny. So you know what? If they had to spend the money just for that,
it's $1 well spent.
But also there was multiple things that I saw in a video. This is going to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but proving that they don't think they actually went anywhere.
Okay, the thing is, it was all just PR jargon in terms of how they were framing it, calling them astronauts, saying that it was a trip to space, like all this stuff. No, it's air tourism. Mm-hmm. They just went up a bit higher than, they left the atmosphere just slightly or wherever and came right back down. They did not go into actual outer space.
Nope.
Like, they're not trained. This isn't profound. It's a waste of money. Stop.
And what
Please.
What were they marketing for? Because no one is gonna be able to participate in
all
this
these
economy.
Billionaires. They're like, hey, billionaires.
Have they ever heard of Ocean Gate? This is gonna go terribly.
You know, Ocean Gate's operating again.
Oh Jesus.
Or what? Not Ocean Gate, but like that
Yeah.
company is. But it's just
Lord.
like, here's their sales pitch. Hey, billionaires. So remember how you don't want to pay taxes? Yeah, we got a good place for that money to go.
We have a good
And
place for you to
it's
launder your money.
up your butt and in outer space.
Also, I feel as though Gayle King wished she had an eject button for Katy Perry as she was singing "What a Wonderful World in Space." I feel like she ruined everyone else's experience by doing that.
I feel
Like, can you imagine the anger? You're like, I'm trying to experience this. I'm probably giving a little bit too much empathy, but if I'm thinking about if I was part of that experience, I'm like, shut your mouth. Shut it. Shut it. Shut it.
yeah,
I want to know if she asked permission. Are you guys okay if I sing? Was it set up? No, she doesn't care.
It's also just funny to think. And like, I get it. She's a world famous singer. Okay, cool. But how funny is it to think about? Hold on, guys. Let me make this moment even more beautiful. It's me, Katy Perry, and I'm about to sing. What a wonderful. Wait, is that the song she sang?
Yes.
Oh God.
It wasn't even her own music.
Well, she said she didn't want to steal the spot, but didn't she showcase her tour dates up there, or like an album or something? Like,
and also she still stole the spot by singing.
And it was like all about her. Like, do you want to know who?
She's the only one I saw anything about.
Here's who needs justice this week. Lance Bass. You were supposed to go to space. You were supposed to be the celebrity that got to go up there. And you know what? I am sorry to you. I am sorry they did this to you. You deserve to be in that spaceship. But you know what? I know you're better than that. You didn't want to tag along to whatever that was. But I'm sorry because they took that from you years and years ago. And that wasn't right. But you will always be an astronaut in my heart. Always.
I mean, frankly, I would have had a complete opposite reaction to someone singing if it was Lance Bass as he's ascending off the plane of the earth singing bye 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 bye. I would have loved that. I would have probably brought tears to my eyes.
That's beautiful.
And then he would have had like a little puppet of himself, a marionette doll.
And he's like, no strings attached. I'm out of this place.
String theory, baby.
Woo!
You know, because Katy Perry was reading about that apparently.
And listening to a Carl Sagan book.
Ugh.
And she's very interested in learning about the STEM. So
if anyone could
please enlighten her about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Because she was going to learn about all of those
all
things
of it
during
in
her 11
minutes. Oy vey. Yeah, so that made me need emotional support. And then the other thing that made me need the other thing that made me need emotional support is that I forgot to put my Garmin watch on when I went to the gym earlier this week, and it just
you didn't work out then.
Exactly. And it just
No
always
record
kind of
of
like
it.
bothers me. Like, I got all the way there and then I was like, this whole workout doesn't even count. And I am a woman in STEM and I like the data. I like the information.
1,000%.
I like the technology, and I like to keep track of my heart rate and the amount of time that I am exerting energy. But okay, it's fine.
How would you weight leaving your Garmin watch at home and leaving your headphones at home when you're at the gym?
I would rather leave my headphones at home.
I'm the opposite.
You know,
because the music they decide to play in the gym's bad.
It depends on who's working. Some people
That's a good
are.
point. Sometimes it feels like AI music.
Most of the time, to be honest, it feels like the music that was played in high school winter formals, and I like that.
It kind of feels like post-recession pop. Because honestly, when we were in high school,
great movies.
It was coming out of recession, and there was a real good.
Right round, baby.
That's right. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I was thinking we could do something a little fun to wrap up the episode.
I'm in. Yes, and?
Want to play word association?
Yeah, Mom.
Can I scream some words at you? And this is how this works, okay? I'm going to scream. I'm not actually going to scream them. I'm going to say a word at you. You don't get to think. You just have to say whatever comes into your brain.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let me clear my brain.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
3, 2, 1. Pilot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got scared.
Duh.
I got scared. Let me try again.
Butterfly.
Fly. Stop. Hold on. Hold on. Let me try again. Okay.
Pill.
Take.
Oh. Enlarge.
Balls.
Follow.
Me.
Stimulation.
Oh. I don't know.
I like that. Essential.
Tease. Oh, that's like essential
Ooh,
tease.
I like
wow.
that. Sock.
My. What's that?
Suck my.
Okay. Hit me with another.
Therapist.
Tap.
Hope.
La. What?
Common.
Yo. What? Why? Okay, hold on.
I'm loving this.
Okay, hold up. Okay.
Scream.
Your.
Movie.
Yeah. I like
These are just filler words.
it's just like onomatopoeias.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna challenge myself. Hold on.
Okay. Person.
Place.
Neck.
Back.
Pussy. Just kidding. Lucky.
Me.
Oh. Blue.
Yellow.
Was that yellow or YOLO?
It was yellow, but I said it weird.
YOLO. Paranoid.
You. We lost Tori. Okay, I'm ready.
Singer.
Mama.
Mama.
Why am I so bad at this?
I love that or are you so good at it?
Okay, I want to do real words.
Okay. Guess.
Who?
Attraction.
Mom.
You're attracted to your mom. Sip.
Drink.
Poem.
Sad.
Summer.
Night.
Mouth.
Eat. Oh.
Linger.
Too long. Oh.
Yeah. Bad.
Good.
Dark.
Light.
Orchestra.
Orchestra.
And on that note,
What was that? Your stomach? I thought it was John going, ladies. Okay.
ladies.
Ready?
Yeah.
Stunning.
Wow.
Transmission.
Car.
Concentrate.
Mind.
Month.
April.
Open.
Shut.
Composer.
Mom.
Elect.
Help.
Grown.
Moan.
Cross.
Walk.
Pray.
Scary.
Freedom.
Yikes.
Meal.
Blowjob.
Shatter.
Yikes.
Cut.
Oops. Oh, no, I'm doing it.
Uncertainty.
I was going to say circumcision.
Folklore.
Taylor.
Morale.
Yeah, nope. This is really hard.
Engineer.
Scary.
Why is everything scary?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay. Grimace.
Ah!
Agreement.
Shake.
Director.
Nice.
Choke.
Chode.
Cheek.
But.
Survey.
Says.
That's literally what came into my brain too. Survey says. Talented.
You.
Us.
Fun.
Exchange.
Money.
You know what came in my head? Student.
Hey.
Launch.
Katy Perry.
I was thinking the same thing. Impact. None.
Celibate.
Dangerous.
Ah!
Possibility.
Nice. See, that's fun.
I want to do it again. Do it again.
Okay.
Do it again.
I think we should just do this for hours. Okay. Excess.
Boo.
Boo. Reproduction.
Tatas.
Forest.
Trees.
Berry.
Pick.
Wrist.
Ouch.
Do.
Not
Press.
this.
Drug.
What?
Drug.
Weed.
Slip.
Out.
Barrel.
Gun.
Fight.
This. What?
Injection.
Owie.
Scrap.
Top.
Location.
Bing.
Guarantee.
You're gonna like the way you look.
Community.
Service.
Power.
No.
Alcohol. Rubbish.
Trash.
Head.
Penis.
Stream.
Pee.
String.
Pee.
Ground.
Hot lava.
Grain.
Salt.
Cheat.
Naughty.
Minister.
Soda.
The minister of magic and soda.
I'm the minister of soda and I live in Minnesota.
A article.
11.
Row.
V. Wade.
Oh, metal.
Detector.
Advocate.
For the rights.
Quest.
Love.
Field.
Of dreams.
And on that note, I saved a bee's life today.
A bee?
A bee. It came in through my window. I did see it. It was hanging out my plants. It could not figure out how to get back out of my window, which is very confusing to me because it was wide open. He was really struggling, and I was panicking I was going to get stung. But I was brave, and I grabbed a glass, and I trapped him in there. And then I put a paper under it.
Oh.
And then I went, be free, out the window.
Bees.
Yeah, and then
Free.
he went straight to a flower to do his little work as a pollinator.
Wow. Oh my God.
So
I
in
am
this
in the
springtime,
presence.
Save the bees.
I am in the presence of a hero.
Anyways, so that's my message to you. Save a bee this week, if you can.
Save a bee, ride a cowboy.
Okay.
That might
That's
be.
up next in my plan then.
It's been a wild ride.
It really has. I feel like I wasn't even inside of my body during this.
No, my batteries were removed. I was in, you know, when you go to the store, like a Fred Meyer, if you will,
Yep.
and you go to the toy section
Yes.
and there's a doll, and if you push a button, it will
Yes.
do stuff, but it's only in factory mode. Like when you get it home and you get it out of the box, you
Yeah.
gotta like take that little like strip of paper
Yep.
out of it, and then it will do a lot more stuff. I feel like I don't have batteries, but I'm in factory mode right now. And
Wow.
I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna be able to take that little strip of paper out, and then the batteries really will be out. I won't even be in factory mode, and I'll be like,
I think she's going to bed early tonight, folks.
Maybe.
I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night in revenge bedtime mode, so I'm also going to need to go to bed early.
Oh, boy. Well,
This has been fun.
this has been great.
You know what the beauty is of Besties? Even when your battery is out, you can be deranged and have fun still.
Oh, yeah. It's truly all you could want in this life.
Yep. But be looking forward to more segments of giggly goofiness, just like word association, because I think we're excited to roll some of those out.
Yeah, boy.
And if you have suggestions, please send them to us. If there's things you want to see us do, we're in. We'll do a trend. We'll do a TikTok trend.
We hope you had a great time listening to us, and we hope that you are going to have a fantastic week. Happy Hump Day.
Oh, they're just say Happy Hanukkah. I was like a little early.
And happy Hanukkah
In December.
in later on. But happy Hump Day. We love you, besties. We hope that you have a wonderful experience in this world with these
We hope this week brings you follicular tidings.
And please subscribe, give us
Rate
5
us.
stars.
Biggest 5 stools.
Give us 5 stars and share this with your friends.
Please. Thousands of people are watching our reels,
Please.
but they're not listening. So make sure you force people to listen. And then they're going to fall in love with us.
Share this with your friends. And you know what? You're going to provide them with emotional support. And that's all you could
This
ever
could
want.
be their emotional support this week.
It sure can. We love you all so much.
Love you, love you, love
Have
you.
a great week. Why is everything scary?
I don't know.